So I have a quiz for you. These are the 100 most valuable sports teams in the world. Dallas 1.
In the world.
Golden State 2. Knicks 3, Lakers 4, Yankees 5. Outside of that, we'll see what you know, bitch.
All right.
Who's more valuable? Packers or Celtics?
I mean, you would think the NFL, but the Packers, and I know that they're uniquely owned. I'm gonna say the Celtics.
That's correct. Celtics 22nd. Packers 28th.
Do you have the value?
No, it doesn't say it on here.
Okay.
So screw you.
Sorry.
Mariners or Pacers?
Boy, I don't know. That's
Seattle.
weird. I don't know. Pacers.
2 for 2.
Okay.
Pacers are 66th. Mariners 96th.
Yeah, suck it, Mariners. I just don't think of I don't think of either one, but as being super valuable. But I don't know. The Mariners are the definition of an afterthought.
Dodgers or Rams?
Oh God, it's got to be the Rams now. I mean, they just built a $6 billion stadium, won a Super Bowl. It's got to be the Rams.
Rams 7th, Dodgers 17th.
Okay,
Little low.
little low. Something tells me the Dodgers are doing just fine, but
Niners or Patriots? Who is worth more
it's got to be the Patriots
as a franchise?
It's got to be New England.
You're on a roll. Patriots 8th, Niners 9th.
So that's close.
Texans or Sixers?
Again, I don't think of the Texans as being super valuable, but the NFL over the NBA, what the hell? I'm just merely going off of the NFL. Give me the Texans.
Texans 16th, Sixers 46th.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, when in doubt, just pick the NFL. Pick the NFL
Well, that
team.
wasn't true of the Celtics and Packers.
Well, that's true. But Boston, you got a handful of NBA teams, but I'm guessing that there's a pretty big drop-off after the top 5 NBA teams to where the NFL is.
2 more. Cubs or Seahawks? Which franchise is valued at more right now? Cubs or Seahawks?
Again, I want to say the Cubs, but I'm just going to default to the NFL. Give me the Seahawks.
Seahawks 26th, Cubs 30th.
Yeah.
And finally,
Have I missed one yet?
I don't think so. You're on a roll.
Look at me.
Jason,
It was like the backup quarterback game.
this is a big one. Blazers or Mets?
The Mets have to be more valuable than the Blazers, right? Come on.
What's your guess?
Mets. Get right the hell out of town.
It's the Zers.
You're telling me I could buy the Mets but not the Blazers? No effing way.
That's right. Blazers are 65th. The Mets 77th.
No freaking way.
This is from Sportico's 2024 rankings of the top 100 most valuable teams in the world.
no freaking way. The Blazers and
Don't you think-
their old ass arena are worth more than the New York Mets in Citi Field?
Yep. Don't you think that
Horse
whole
ears.
was it the Bernie Madoff thing really hurt the Mets still?
Well, no, because they sold and now they have one of the Cohen's like the 4th or 5th richest owner in all of sports.
My brother, they're 77th.
This hurts me deeply as a Mets fan. If there's one thing that the Mets do, it's they just throw cash. Think about how much money they're paying 2 pitchers to not play in New York this year.
Finally,
Going fake news.
yeah, there's something up with that though. You would think the
Right?
Mets would be higher.
Unless Jody Allen's she's valuing her own team. She's like, I'm going to sell it when someone pays me $10 billion. Like, Jody, no one's paying that. Well, then I'll just keep the team. What did we find out? She was making like $150 million managing that estate.
Is that all?
Yeah, she gets 100. Were you gone for that?
No, I was here.
Yeah, 150 mil to oversee that. And she gets all of the,
Well, as somebody pointed out when we talked about it, it's like 1% of the whole thing.
Yeah.
It's not even that.
and
That's
she's
not
in
even
no
that much.
rush. She gets all the access to all that stuff while she, quote, sells it.
It's
You
good
wanna bet-
life.
How much you want to bet she perishes before she ends up selling all that? She's like, I'll work my way through it.
Blazers 66th. They're right around the Spurs and the Pacers. We mentioned the Blazers are 65th. Pacers were 66th. Spurs were 64th. Mostly NBA franchises in that range there.
This, according to Sportico, they're saying that the value of the Blazers grew to just over $3 billion in 2023.
That's crazy.
They're saying that was an increase of 47% from the previous year. How is that? How are the Blazers making that kind of jump?
Isn't that just sports franchises?
Just
in
everything
general?
keeps selling.
Was that just the industry, maybe?
That's probably low
It's
for a
crazy.
sports franchise.
But
That's why everybody
47%
wants.
in a year.
Yeah,
is
they're
nuts.
saying in 20 and I didn't see 2024 obviously, but they're saying in 2022 it was valued at 2.1 and now it's valued at 3.08. Like,
Give me anything other than
good lord.
it's just a sport. Like, what could you point to? Their ratings are down 60% on
Yeah,
TV.
So how did they gain
It's
$1
just the
billion?
industry. That everybody wants a piece of a sports franchise.
Jeez.
It's driving the prices up, man.
And you wonder why Jody's not going to sell. There you go.
Exactly.
You sat around for a year.
5
and-
years.
But she sat
Yeah.
around for 1 year, did nothing, ran the team into the ground, sold off the best player of all time, and did nothing to the arena, and you made $1 billion?
Yeah, imagine now sitting around for 5 years or even 10 years before selling it and
Yeah.
how much more money she's going to make.
And
That's why she's not selling.
exactly, because remember, she
So
gets
nice
she gets a
offer,
portion.
Phil. $2 billion.
Yeah, wasn't that around there that Phil
Cram
offered?
it.
Maybe there's maybe it's not just a personal vendetta. Maybe she just looks at that and laughs. Said, "Hey, why don't you add a couple more zeros on
Well,
that?"
she
and we'll
definitely
talk.
didn't respond to it.
No, she did not. And by the way, that's
Good for them.
yeah. You think that raised? Someone said, "Is that because Phil offered 2.5? Did that
I
raise the
thought he
value?
offered $2 billion.
Did it raise it? That they're like, hey, if Phil's willing to pay that clearly, and she won't sell, then all of a sudden it's worth this.
Well, it's feeling like a low ball from Phil now.
A little bit. You wonder though, is there eventual it's like with the housing bubble, right? Back in the day, everyone's like, you just all these homes. You're like, who the hell is buying these things? Are we gonna reach a point where finally, like, someone pays like $9 billion for a sports team, and then 2 years later they have to unload it for $5 billion? Like, there's got to be an end to this, right? It
don't
can't
know.
go up forever.
I don't know, man. Those TV deals are
we just-
awfully large.
Are we just at a point where did those eventually go down? Does someone eventually just be like, dude, I am not in the NFL, I am not giving you $9 billion to broadcast your games? There has to be. We're just going to live in a world now where sports teams are worth $20 billion.
You would think there has to be, but I don't see it. Do you? What do you point to that?
I just, because I guess in my dumb mind, there just has to be a limit, right? Like, there just has to be.
Why? You said that 10 years ago, and there
I know.
hasn't been.
No, there hasn't been. Well, baseball salaries pulled back a little bit. I remember that. But, then
Didn't Shohei just get $500 million or something?
yeah, I was gonna say, like, I remember like JD Martinez and a bunch of those guys like not getting great deals,
Nice
and
pullback.
then Otani gets half a bill.